Rob, with technology being what it is today, you could do the show from anywhere in the world. Why does the RAD show stay in Sacramento if you hate it so much?
Yeah, why? God, who asked that? Kudos.
I think that's...
Well,
Hey, you're not supposed to throw me under the
Not you!
yeah, no, I think most people, other than Amanda, on this show hate Sacramento. But when we built our studio 6-7 years ago, depending on the timeline, we were in Sacramento. It made sense to stay here. You're right. With technology today, we could do it from anywhere. And but we're only broadcast terrestrially, as we call it, on radio stations in Sacramento, Reno, and Merced, and Northern California, Northern Nevada area. So could we still be relatable to the area in Miami, in South Carolina, Texas, whatever? That's one of the decisions. But there's more than that. There's other considerations to move the show. And all of the people, I've got to consider Amanda. She has a family. Am I just going to say, hey, Amanda, if you want to keep your job, you have to move to Arizona or Oklahoma, or wherever we're going to rebase the show. So that's one consideration. How relatable can you be? That's an important part of it. If you're only still, I understand we're on the internet, we have radradio.com, but you're really targeting those Northern California, Northern Nevada cities that we're broadcasting to. How relatable can we be to them if we're in Montana? And then there's the hardship, quote unquote. It's not really a hardship, but there's the issue of when we're going to go meet our listeners. It's not as easy as it is right now to head to Reno, head to Sacramento. I mean, if you're in Illinois, well, shit, a trip to Sacramento to meet everyone, to hang out with the folks at Smoke Junction Cafe or Longhorn Meats, that's a big deal. So, and then we get into financial issues of buying the building, selling the building, all those other things. Look, I do legitimately hate Sacramento. It's a horrible place. I know Amanda doesn't agree.
No.
We've been here 17, 18 years, whatever. I don't like anything about it. But I understand also we need to be here right now. There may or may not come a day where we say we've had enough of this and we as a team decide we're going to go somewhere else. But that would be the essence of the decision. It's got to be a team decision. It can't just be me saying, hey, there's a famous guy named Rick Dees who did mornings in Los Angeles on KISS FM for 20 years. The last 7 years of his career, he wasn't in Los Angeles. He was in Kentucky at his home. He built a giant home, and he was doing the show by satellite. Well, okay, good for him, but he was solo and he could do that. Now, if we all came together and decided, hey, we've got another 5-10 years of doing this, but we want to go somewhere else, that would be a group decision of where we're going to go and how we're going to do it. But, look, I have all the fun we have. I have a hard time bitching about the lifestyle that we lead, that I lead. If the worst sacrifice of my life is I have to live in the Sacramento area, that's pretty good given, the way I'm living.
But have you ever considered, we do have a huge following in Reno. You could just easily switch it from being in Sacramento to Reno if you like Reno better.
Yes, I've considered that. And Nevada's, a little more business friendly right now. But all this stuff changes. I've considered it, but again, right now it's not necessarily financially smart to sell the building we're in, the studio we're in, buy a new building, that kind of thing. We're not going back to a radio station.
Right.
We're not going. Although we love our Reno partners, they're great people. We're never again going to broadcast from a radio station. We're always going to be in our own place. So. I'm always going to have to be able to buy a building, build a studio, which is not a small task. I love Reno. Compared to Sacramento, especially, I love Reno. I would go back there, but there's a lot of issues, and we have to decide when and if it's worth it, things like that.